Dynamite Kiss is officially over, and I must say that the series managed to adopt all the cliché tropes known in the K-drama world in a single drama. Can we talk about The Ring? Thankfully, at least, it was a happy ending, although many plots were left in the production room for the viewers to discover for themselves. Get ready, the bus leaves tomorrow. We have to know why DaRim, who's anxious about her sister, travels to Jeju Island, and suddenly forgets about her sister and the reason she was there, once she reconnects with JiHyeok. I mean, what happened with her sister and her gambling fiancé? Obviously, she was just a plot device used to connect and spark DaRim and JiHyeok's romance. And then, the unnecessary amnesia plot. JiHyeok and his mother successfully took back the company, foiling Tae-young and Ji-hye's plans, and those of the chairman. Things were going smoothly until Tae-young suddenly decides, out of the blue, to commit murder. Someone should make it make sense. Tae-young has no real reasons for such drastic actions. I mean, he was born into wealth, and already has his own company. Yes, things were already strained between him and JiHyeok due to his inferiority complex regarding JiHyeok. This stemmed from his always losing bids to JiHyeok. But then, JiHyeok had already left that field of work. You'd think he'd be grateful. But not at all. He made plans with some individuals to take over JiHyeok's father's company, through Ji-hye. All this just to get higher dividends on their stocks. This is someone who comes from a wealthy family, and has his father's art company named after him. Makes you wonder why he doesn't work for his father's company, while Hyung does. In the end, the writers had to cook something up, so he'd end up in jail, and hitting JiHyeok was that something. Why would he want to throw his future away? Now back to the lovebirds. Things were moving wonderfully, with JiHyeok excited to reunite with DaRim. Tell me why this same writer had to throw in the accident and amnesia plot. JiHyeok conveniently forgot his time with DaRim, creating more avenues for fillers in the finale. They separated for a whole year. Thinking about it, JiHyeok hadn't wanted to remember, after DaRim told him about their relationship. The poor man had always been at the short end of the stick, always pining and chasing after DaRim. It was almost like a clean slate for him. However, the writer and the production team had simply just wanted to reenact the scene that brought them together, as viewers had loved it so much. However, this made the series seem like a joke. She conveniently went back to her hotel to wear the dress, instead of sticking at the hotel in fear that her sister would leave before she returned. She also conveniently accidentally kisses JiHyeok, inevitably reenacting their first kiss, and the moment they both fell in love. All this would have been manageable, but she also forgot about her sister, who was the reason behind her travel to Jeju. You must agree it's a mess. Meanwhile, they finally get married. But because they've wasted time on inconsequential stuff, they couldn't show the wedding. Also, on the good note, JiHyeok's mother finally got her freedom from the narcissistic chairman. She replaced him as the chairwoman, and invested in DaRim's dream. This is why DaRim's company is called Dream and BB. The chairman got the shock of his life from his daughter, Ji-hye. He hadn't seen it coming. He had loved her mother, but chose to marry JiHyeok's mother, despite already having a child. Ji-hye is older than JiHyeok, and with the way he had treated his wife, it's clear that he had loved Ji-hye's mother. As Ji-hye said, bringing her to the house, despite knowing how much it would hurt his wife, was his way of trying to make amends. But to JiHye, it was already too late, as her mother was dead. He failed in his family, and also in the company with his embezzlement. Another thing we'll have to ask the writer when we get to the production room, is what happened to JiHye in the end. It can't be just her walking out on the chairman, after her betrayal, and leaving the company. Oh, I remember, her lawyer will handle that. Meanwhile, Taehyung ends up behind bars, disowned by his family. Who else never felt a connection between Taehyung and Hyeyoung? It was as if they were from different families and not siblings. Talking about Hyeyoung, the poor girl is stuck with CNU. Someone please play Anyone by Justin Bieber, the part where he says, "If it's not you, it's not anyone." Hyeyoung fell for CNU and fell hard. Not even his crush or feelings for DaRim could deter her. She equally loved his son, as if he were hers. In the end, her patience and love got through to him, many years later. We can only hope that he'll love her right. I'm more excited for her and June, the besties. The chairman faced his embezzlement issues. Hopefully, JiHye's words finally woke him from his slumber. Thankfully, JiHyeok's mother got back DaRim and the team's product, and even invested in DaRim. Because of this, DaRim is able to work with her colleagues from the Mother Task Force, as well as with JiHyeok, now her husband. She became the boss lady that she had envisioned at the beginning of the series. What's more, DaRim and JiHyeok have two beautiful children, aged 4 and 6 years. From their daughter's reaction, their dynamite kiss is still waxing strong. It was funny when JiHyeok damned the kiss, for making him remember DaRim, taking him back under her spell. I'm glad JiHyeok's suffering has finally come to an end. In all, this was an entertaining, enjoyable, and interesting series, despite the long strings of cringy cliché tropes. On this note, let's agree to miss the bus to the production room, scheduled for tomorrow, since both JiHyeok and Hyeyoung got their happily ever afters. On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate this series? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this content, please give it a thumbs up, share, subscribe, and turn on notifications for all things K-drama. Thanks for watching, bye.